Hey everybody, welcome back. Thank y'all for tuning back in. It's been a busy couple of weeks, but I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. If you didn't, no worries, because mine wasn't that great either. But if you did, and there's any leftovers, baby, go ahead and throw them things out. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this video. So here we are, already episode 4, and just like the rest, this too is about Sweet Tea and Dr. G. Now, before I get too far into it, let me just say, Sweet Tea might be a bit dingy, but she's no pushover. She stands her ground, and I like that. If she could control her outbursts, however, I feel like she'll survive this. Also, before we go too far, it's been reported that this season has groundbreaking numbers. So congrats to them on having the highest numbers ever recorded for this show. Now, the high numbers could be for a number of reasons. Like, for instance, we could say it's because of Sweet Tea's entrance or how her drama affects Quad. Or 2, we could say it's because of Phaedra's grand entrance. Then there's 3. That's because Married to Medicine is the hidden gem of Bravo and has been on the rise for a long while now. Or perhaps it could be a combination of all 3. Whatever the reason is, though, the numbers don't lie, and I'm happy for them all. Mark my words, this is only the beginning, okay? Anywho, back to the main topic though, which at this very moment is Sweet Tea and Dr. G. So far, this whole season has been about them, and we'll get into that a little more later in the video. Right now, I want to discuss this wedding. The whole episode, or at least majority of it, stemmed around this main event, and everybody was in attendance. Mostly everybody anyway. We seen Dr. Jackie, Simone, Toya, Dr. Alicia, heck, we even saw Dr. Contessa. Oh, and Phaedra too. But we didn't, of course, see Quad. And then she tried to keep Heavenly out, apparently because of her comments at the bachelorette party.
I was coming, that ain't nothing. I think that this marriage, this wedding was rushed. It was put forward. You know they're not ready.
Why do you say they're not ready?
Y'all ain't talked to her.
We do talk to her. What do you know that we don't know? Because she never told me she was ready.
Very controlling. She said that he was not supportive.
Wait. Did she say specifically? He is very controlling.
I heard what I heard.
Quad probably was right about a few things about him.
Like what?
He will do things that's controlling.
And it makes me feel like the communication wasn't there and they not ready. So all I'm saying is I don't want to be the one that said, I told you so, okay?
And after that, I thought to myself, so you gonna get mad at Dr. Heavenly's remarks, but not Phaedra for inviting your actual fiance's ex? Now, she pardoned Phaedra by saying this.
Oh, well, I did it. We have talked about it a number of times.
Right.
And so, but I mean.
There was never any issues, really.
Yeah, exactly. It wasn't no issue.
Between her and I.
No, yeah, we ain't got no issues. I love Sweet Tea.
Damon, like and poor Damon, But my thing is, like, your wife is the extension of you, and you're supposed to represent your spouse in a good light. And then it's like, if you're constantly just talking mess, and then you're bringing the men into it as well. Like, I mean, what is the girl supposed to do? Like, you're guilty by association. Like, I have to. You're not gonna go in without your wife. You're not gonna. I know that he wouldn't do that. So, like, you gotta talk to your wife about that. She's sitting there smirking and stuff, wondering why they sitting at the door. You should have just explained what happened. What you
But
said.
I think
You told everybody else. Yeah, you gonna get rushed at that door and turned around. Yeah.
You turn the woman around, girl. You turn.
Yeah, she can. Oh, big ass.
I didn't know anything about that.
all right, we on a commercial break.
Well, yeah, they have got turned around, and that's what the hell she did. I would do it again and again and again.
Not again.
I would do it again.
And again. Well, it was your day.
Fake. She's very fake. I know she's fake now, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to deal with her now, but I don't deal with her at all.
For the life of me, I couldn't understand why one was accepted and the other one wasn't. That was until I watched the live with Carlos and Dr. Heavenly. Now, a bunch was said, but this one particular part stood out to me because a lot of things made sense after this.
You wanted Quad's life. That's why when Quad, let's fast forward. When Quad walked into that bachelorette party, Sweet Tea thought she saw Beyonce's Renaissance performance. I have never seen somebody fan out on a reality show. You fan out, sis. You should have been on MTV's fan out in the 80s. You are a fan of Quad. You wanted Quad's life. When you saw Quad walk into your party, a real woman, let's talk about it. A real woman who would be introduced to her future husband's ex-wife, okay, would have said, fuck these cameras, get her out, I would have had a reaction. There is no way on God's green earth are you going to allow your future husband's ex-wife to sit next to you in her Fredericks of Hollywood corset and her negligee and give you a hug and a gift. Sweet Tea saw the woman who's on her vision board. This is what you're going to have to do for the audience, i.e. me. You were there. We need your insight and your eyeballs.
Okay.
When Quad Bad Bitch Webb walked into that hotel in her Fredericks of Hollywood, what was Sweet Tea's reaction that you felt as a woman?
She fanned out. I don't know what they showed on TV, but I swear to God, when Quad walked in and Quad came over her, gave her a gift, she said, hey, Quad. Hey, Quad. Hey, come sit by me, Quad. Quad, hey, Quad. And Toya was pissed. Toya wanted her to get up and say, bitch, get up. She didn't do that. She said, hey, Quad. Hey, girl. And then that's why they called her sister wives. I was like, Quad.
Now, as absurd as all of that seems, it does kind of make sense. Okay, so now supposedly this was the last episode where they were going to focus strictly on Sweet Tea. According to Dr. Heavenly, things in the next episode will find a new target. But you know what? That's good, because they were only saying what we all began to start to think. And that's, where would this season be without Sweet Tea? I mean, the whole thing's been about her. And Quad too. Because be honest, would we actually watch the show if we couldn't see Quad's responses to the whole thing? Like, seriously. We're all like, what if Quad reads Sweet Tea and we miss it? Now, I don't think she will, because y'all, Quad is far over Dr. G, but that's neither here nor there. But there was a lot more that was said on this live, and like I always do, I took the liberty of jotting it all down so y'all don't have to. So I'll let y'all listen to this, and then we'll go over it afterwards to see what y'all think.
Remember?
Yes.
And you know what? I don't call her little girl because she said that's offensive. Okay, the young woman got the drinking. What's rule number one when you're on TV and you're filming, Carlos? You do not get drunk.
Okay, but wait, was she drunk or was she just drinking?
Okay, I'm going to say what
there's
it
a
was.
difference.
Slurring your words and saying things that you saying you didn't mean to say. I'm going to call it what you want to call it. I ain't going to say the girl is a drinker or drunk, but she liked to drink, okay?
On a scale of one to Brandy Glanville, how drunk was she?
She was an 8 to 9 out of 10. She needed an Uber home.
So you're alleging that Sweet Tea's conversation with you, a lot of it that they did not show was about you feeling like, oh my gosh, Dr. G has not changed. And this woman I'm sitting across from who is drinking more Cosmos than Carrie Bradshaw, allegedly, is telling me things to the point where I feel like I'm talking to Quad.
Right. Exactly. The same thing. And
if it wasn't for Sweet Tea, what will we be talking about this season?
Hey, you know what? Honestly, I don't know. However, it's gonna switch off of Sweet Tea next episode, and then we got a whole bunch of other stuff to talk about. So
we'll talk about that later. But let's be clear. Dr. Heavenly, put on your viewer hat and your producer hat. Let's be clear. I'm gonna say something that a lot of people may not like. If it wasn't for Sweet Tea, I'm gonna say this: Sweet Tea being on the show is more of an impact than Phaedra being on the show.
I would agree with that. When I met her, they budget was $10,000 total for the whole wedding. The budget was $10,000. So another 14 was double the budget, more than double
for the show. Now, I was aware Quad was renegotiating her contract because she knew what a big deal this storyline was. And Quad missed a lot of filming the first few weeks. Everybody realized if you don't have Quad, who's the nucleus of the storyline, you don't have nothing for the season. So that's why your reaction to Quad was so grand, because y'all were filming for weeks with no Quad.
And I didn't know if she was coming or not, because she was standing on,
Yes. So in Phaedra's defense, because I want y'all to understand how this works, because the production allegedly knew that Quad had to make a big return, not only to surprise the cast, but also Sweet Tea, it was an agreement that was made that Quad's return with the group would happen at Sweet Tea's bachelorette party. So Phaedra, being a newbie, of course, was like, fine, whatever. It's not like it was Phaedra's idea. Phaedra had a job to do. Quad tweeted last week, I'm doing a job. I had to show up. Don't blame Phaedra. And so it wasn't Phaedra being maniacal. It was definitely the production saying we need Quad to be a part of this party. And that's what we saw. Now, why was Toya so upset at the reaction Sweet Tea gave? Is it because, and I want to get your opinion, Quad alleged that Toya wants her ice out of the show and the group. And it appeared that people are thinking that Toya wanted Sweet Tea to have the reaction that any normal woman would. And that when Sweet Tea fanned out, when she saw the woman that's on her vision board, i.e. Quad, that Toya was disappointed that Sweet Tea did not go off. Is that true?
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You got it. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to say she wants the girl iced out, but I think she does feel like Quad instigated the fact that she was cheating and then that she would break in somebody's house. You know, that scene, we did talk about Dr. O, but I guess Dr. O is a dead deal. Like, they don't even want to talk about it no more. But we talked about him and how they broke up and all that. They didn't show any of that, did they?
Okay, listen. You spoke about Dr. O. So for the audience, Dr. O is Phaedra's alleged doctor boyfriend, which allegedly is the reason why she's on Married to Medicine, because to be on Married to Medicine, you have to be a doctor or married or dating one.
But so now she's saying that she does Reiki, which is alternative medicine. So
is that an alternative fact?
You know what? I just work here. I don't know.
When you're watching a show and they blur out someone's faces, that means that person did not sign an appearance release. An appearance release approves the image and likeness to be shown. When they blurred out his face and showed the emoji off of Tim Cook's Apple stickers, that lets me know as a producer that he will never be on the show this season. Right. So the reason why they cut that conversation out, Heavenly, is because he ain't worth talking about, and you ain't gonna see his ass.
And we had enough drama that we didn't even need that. Now, Minnie McNulty, we already heard it.
Yeah. No, you're right. So getting back to the team of Phaedra, Phaedra said that she met Apollo in the 12th grade. I have never heard that in my life, and I worked with Phaedra from season 3 to 9. And Phaedra and Apollo are 5 years apart. So if she met Apollo while she was in the 12th grade, then that means Apollo was in middle school. So
he's in the 7th.
In the 7th grade. Phaedra, the math ain't mathin'. Phaedra, you met him in the 12th grade. Was he in the 10th grade and you were a senior in college at the Georgia Bulldogs mascot, sis? Like, y'all are 5 years apart. And for us, the audience, when we're watching that, look, all I'll say is for the audience, including me, we were all like, that's Phaedra. Your name's not on the list. It reminded me of that. When you were told your name is not on the list, real talk, what went through your mind? Did your mind go to, these fucking producers set me up? What was the first thought in your mind?
I laughed, just like when they did the ambush with me and Contessa. When it first happened, I was saying, oh, they coming for me? Like, it's funny, right? Until, it went to the left when she brought her baby. But I thought it was funny. And then I knew Toya had to have known. I said, you old dirty bitch. Because she just got so much joy. I'd said, oh, you ain't on the list, girl. Why? Oh, girl, wait a minute. She not on the list. Wait a minute. Look again. Bitch, you know I'm not on this damn list. But when the little boy told me I wasn't there, I was like, cool, I'm out. Them brother Tuckers ran and got Heavenly. You can't leave.
Who convinced you to stay?
Can I say it?
The production. I'll say it. Did production make you stay?
They said, Heavenly, you cannot leave. Please. They begged me. I swear to God. They said, Heavenly, please don't leave. We can't have this scene without you. Heavenly, you're an intricate part of this scene. We got to get you in there, girl. We got to get, and I'm going to do my job. Like, bitch, that's what I came for. Then you change. Production paid for the food. And to me, the wedding couldn't cost that much. Because if you look at it, them kind of chairs, you could have got them chairs from Party City. There was 200 chairs there. I said it was about maybe 84 people there. They pushed the people up. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that many people, and then the shit was over like that. Then you see Johnny and his friends picking up the flowers to take to another room for the reception, like it was low budget. Like, and then they had the curtains, which he said cost a lot of money, but them shits was wrinkled. I mean, y'all ain't had no steam to steam the shit. Now the food was good. Now the beef Wellington, which this bitch probably ain't ever ate in her life, the beef Wellington was good. Now the food was good. I ain't gonna lie on the food, it was good. But this wedding couldn't have cost that much money. And I don't even remember seeing no cake, because Phaedra said the cake that she had cost $10,000. That was more than the whole budget. And the people gonna say, Heavenly, why would you want to come into a wedding that you weren't invited to? Bitch, I was invited. Just not by her. The people that paid for that wedding wanted me there. I was invited. I got an invitation.
So, next week's episode, don't give it away. I am thrilled to see that Phaedra is back at Willie Watkins' funeral home. Somebody's in a casket. We won't say who. I have an idea, but I don't want to spoil it for the raindrops. What can you tell us about next week's episode? I get the sense next week's episode may be the best episode so far this season. It looks messy and funny. Go.
Listen, that episode is epic. That episode is telling you why we need Phaedra Parks. Phaedra Parks killed that shit. I am still laughing at that whole scene. It's so good, y'all. I don't know how they cut it, but I was there and I was just like, Jackie, oh my God. I was pinching the shit out of Jackie. It was insane. That thing is epic. Phaedra is epic for TV. I'm telling you, she is. She's the
Okay, so I know that was a lot to take in, but imagine watching that whole 1 hour live video. I walk so y'all can run. That's all I'm gonna say. You're welcome. Now, I won't go over all of it, but I do have a few things I would like to touch base on, because I don't know. They just didn't set right in my spirit. Like the whole Toya and Quad beef. Everybody keeps saying they don't know why these two women aren't or can't get along, and since everyone wants to play dumb, I'm gonna tell y'all why. There's a competition going on. An invisible one, but a competition nonetheless. Now hear me out, because this is just my opinion. Don't come for me. I can't fight. Before Sweet Tea, Quad was the youngest in the group. Before her, it was Toya. In enters a woman with a natural bombshell physique, and I believe Toya might have been threatened by that. Not to mention, Quad has an equally slick tongue, from Memphis at that could easily go toe-to-toe with words and tussle too if need be. And let's hypothetically say Toya is sick of Eugene. She could very well envy Quad's independence and freedom. Or maybe Toya is outsmarting us all and actually likes Quad, but is keeping the beef going for the show. Either way, it's starting to give hater vibes, I'm just saying. Next, I want to talk about Phaedra. Now, I told y'all in my last video that she wasn't even dating that doctor anymore. So that left us all wondering what would be her purpose on the show anymore. Now, Dr. Heavenly says she's getting into Reiki or whatever that is. I had to Google it, and I'm in the medical field myself, and I still don't even know what that was. Now, to me, that's just crazy. Why does she have to go to these lengths to stay on the show or stay relevant? Phaedra's great for TV, so why is she fighting for scraps? She should have her own show at this point, because this is ridiculous. I mean, am I right or am I wrong? But as Dr. Heavenly said, I'm glad the dynamics are changing. After this episode, we would have been on T and Dr. Greg for too long. We haven't even really gotten into Dr. Alicia. And every time Dr. and Jackie or Simone come on the TV, I have to fight the urge to fast forward. I know, I'm horrible, but y'all were probably thinking it too. Anywho, what do y'all think? Do y'all think Phaedra should stay on the show? Do y'all think Sweet Tea has a secret Quad shrine? Do y'all think Toya secretly likes Quad, or is she insecure around her? Please let me know what y'all think. Want to know what I think? I think I say y'all too much. Want to know more of what I think? Well, head on over to our new Facebook and Instagram pages so you can stay in the loop on all of the latest gossip. And after that, give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, y'all. But until next time, cousins, bye.